Did you know that 70% of seedlings die because of this one simple mistake? And I was part of those statistics a few years ago because I'd spent weeks sowing seedlings and putting them onto a bright windowsill and watering them daily, only for those seedlings to become very weak, spindly and leggy. And most of them didn't make it. It was such a waste. That's when I discovered this mistake and fixed it. And now my seedlings look like this. They're strong, vibrant and ready to thrive. So today I'll show you this hidden mistake and how to fix it. And then I'll also give you a revolutionary new tool that I've been using for a few years, but it's a total game changer for your seedlings. You want to stick around for this. So what's the hidden mistake? Well, most gardeners, they believe that they can sow seeds and put those trays onto a nice bright windowsill. But the truth is, that's not enough because the light levels that come through that window are usually too weak and too inconsistent, and especially during winter. So what happens is those seedlings, they stretch towards the window looking for light. They become tall and spindly and they don't make very good seedlings. They can't support themselves. So what's the solution? Well, the solution is grow lights. And I know what you're thinking, oh, grow lights are expensive to run, this, that and the other. But these days you can buy really cheap grow lights like these Barina lights that I use, and I use these at home usually for my house plants as well, but they're really cheap to buy. They're LED, so they're really economical to use too. When you're setting these up, you want to set them about 2 to 4 inches above the plants. You want to put them onto a timer and run them for 12 to 16 hours a day, and then move them incrementally as the plants grow, keeping them between that 2 and 4 inches above the plants, and you'll get strong, healthy, vibrant plants ready to put out into the garden. So even with proper light, your plants won't reach their full potential without a good root system. And that's where the trays that you use can really make a difference. Now, growing at this time of year, you're going to be planting things like your peas, your sweet peas and your broad or fava beans. And that's where root trainers come into their own, because these are fantastic pieces of kit. They drive that root system down, they air prune those roots for you and prevent the roots from circulating around the pot and going root bound. They really are a fantastic piece of kit. And I tell you something, as far as the root systems go, they are a game changer. Now, since I've been using root trainers, my plants have been much more robust and sturdier when I put them out. They are much less susceptible to pests and disease, and I get a better harvest of the crops that I do put out. Now, the great thing is you can sow pretty much anything you want into them, but they're fantastic for beans, peas, and those side of crops that don't want that root disturbance. As you can see from mine, look at the root system that's formed there. The other thing that they're good for is for taller plants like tomatoes and peppers. When you want to plant them on, they're great for things like that. And you can even grow little trees in them. My plants have grown so much better. They're much more stronger and sturdier when they put out. They're really robust and they fend off pests and disease much better, and because of that I get a much bigger harvest. Now, if you want to be able to get hold of some of these root trainers, then there's a link in the description below. And finally, let's talk about timing, because timing is everything. Your cold weather crops like kale, broccoli, cabbage, those sort of things, your broad or fava beans, then they are perfect for sowing now. And if you're sowing the warmer crops like tomatoes and cucumbers, then you want to wait till about 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost. Here's your January checklist. Choose your crops based on frost dates, set up your grow lights and root trainers, and label your trays to stay organized. Small steps now can mean the big differences later in the year when it comes to looking after your plants and harvests that you get. And there you have it, the seed starter mistakes that's holding your garden back. With the right light conditions, strong root system and the perfect timing, you're setting up your plants for success and for you to have a very productive garden. If you found value in this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would give it a like and share with a friend, because that helps our videos get pushed out to more people so that they can benefit from the information. And if you want to take your seed sowing to the next level, then this is the next video that you should watch, and I'll see you there. I'm Tony O'Neill, this is Simplified Gardening. Bye.